Sunday morning, May 10th, 2020, Little Prairie, Wisconsin. It's a dreary, rainy day. And so I'm going to stay in the house and just putz around. It's cold and it's rainy. And so I don't have a project to work on specifically today. For example, here is my Magnavox CT224 chassis. It's out of the embassy console. It's the last phase of that restoration on the 1950 embassy. I had some of the parts on hand, but I ordered the rest of the parts for it. Should be here next week, and then I'll recap this chassis and see what I get, if I can get a decent picture on the picture tube, which is pretty weak, but I think it'll display a picture. But what this video is about is this right here. This is a 1957 RA339, I think it is, 339. I should have refreshed my memory on it, but I believe that's what it's a DuMont. A DuMont portable. Now, what they meant by portable is this is not a set that you take out to the beach, because it's strictly an AC set. It runs on AC power. But what it meant was that you could take it from one room to the other. In other words, you could take it from, say, the basement to a bedroom, to the front porch maybe, wherever you could find AC power to plug it in and an antenna to attach to it. This doesn't have a built-in antenna. One of the features this set does have, though, is it has UHF. UHF is visible through this little window here when it's set. Here's a channel indicator dot on the side, and it's set right now to UHF. So when you adjust the fine-tuning control, which is this, it also adjusts the UHF channels, but then you switch it to channel 2, 3, 4, and so forth and so on. On-off volume and brightness, contrast, vertical hold, horizontal hold. The set's all there. It's a recent acquisition, an addition to my collection, and this makes portable number 3. I now have 3 portables in my vintage television collection, this being the 3rd one. And the second DuMont that I have, technically I have 3 DuMonts, because the 1947 Stromberg Carlson is actually a DuMont clone of an RA392. So this officially, this was made in 1957. In 1958, DuMont sold their manufacturing of televisions to Emerson. And but this was made before Emerson had acquired DuMont. And I'm going to power it up. And the reason I'm going to power it up is because the person I got this set from said that he had it powered up, and it did work. So we'll see. I'm going to power this up with full power, and the reason I'm going to do that is because ordinarily if I bring it up slowly, I have the cap detached from the horizontal output tube, because the horizontal oscillator may not start up until it gets to a certain voltage. So I'm going to give this full power, because the person I got it from said he had already had it powered up and the screen lit up and such. I've got my isolation power supply set to monitoring amps. So if I see anything bad, any hint of activity, like it might smoke or something, I can quickly power it off. So let's power it on and see what it does. Amps are dropping nicely. I will of course recap this thing. Well, there's the audio getting through. Oh, and there's something on the screen. Well, it obviously is going to need work. But there's some life to it anyways. Yeah, it's got lots of leaky capacitors in it, so I won't leave it powered up very long. Picture looks a little dim, but recapping it may help. I don't know when I'll get to this thing. I've got the Magnavox to finish first. And of course, my finances are very crippled since this pandemic started. So any money that I buy in the form of parts, that's very dearly budgeted out. In some cases, I think maybe I shouldn't do it. But this is what I call medication for me in this pandemic. I've got to have something. I visit my horse every day that I can, and I have my dogs and stuff. But here at home, especially on a rainy day, this is a perfect thing to work on. The set definitely needs rebuilding. You can't stabilize the picture. The capacitors look like they're about done. But it does get, the CRT does get some life to it. So this will be a fun project in the future. Like I say, it's portable number 3 in my collection. I've got 2 other ones that I have not shown and I had not worked on. But I'll get to those one day. So that's about it for now.